Now, you might be wondering why an IDF soldier is doing a live stream about Iran. Well, I'm here to give you guys free pages and walkie-talkies, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's me. It's just me, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Halloween weekend, which means obviously I had to come as something. So I decided to come as an IDF soldier that is giving everybody free pages, and then I have to run away afterwards. We have a lot to talk about tonight in this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, if you guys are watching this live, we'll get your reaction as usual. For the record, just so you know, a brown guy carrying a gun and a pager is never a good sign. So to help the perception, make America great again. All right, let's start the show because apparently the Iranian regime, the Islamic occupiers of Iran are losing their mind. Everybody, they are now threatening Europe and the Western world because they believe that they can bring us down. They have a plan to conquer the West. First, they have to take Jerusalem, and then Tel Aviv, and then the Vatican, mainland Europe. Obviously, London is on the list. And finally, Washington, D.C. That's the only way that Alan Snack Bar will actually be very, very happy. Okay, so as you can see, I'm actually not at my home studio. We're at a Halloween party, so we're going to be doing things here for now. Now, the Iranian regime, obviously, they have been bluffing left, right, and center. They have actually attempted to attack Israel after they declared war on Israel a couple of times. It didn't really end well for them because they don't have the capabilities to actually bring down a tiny, tiny country in the Middle East, Israel, let alone actually trying to attack the West. So there is a video from Iran. This is from a few days ago. The mullahs of Iran, the clerics are rallying the troops. They want to ensure that everybody is motivated to be ready because it's not just about the Jews. According to them, it's also the Christians, atheists, all the infidels, and we have to get ready because they are coming to us. Oh, the smelly beardy weirdies. Let's go to Iran.
سرسخت‌ترین دشمن مؤمنین یهودیا و مشرکینن. اول یهود رو نام میبره. یهود این قوم نجات پرست که فقط خودشون رو آدم میدونن، بقیه رو برای بردگی خودشون میدونن. امروز یهود این قوم نجات پرست تفکر خودش رو در قالب صهیونیسم جهانی کرده. تفکر خودش رو در قالب صهیونیسم جهانی کرده. اسرائیل یک کشور و یک دولت معمولی نیست. قلعه خیبر غربه. شما اگه این قلعه خیبر رو بتونی فتح کنی، غرب رو فتح کردی. اسرائیل بازوی اجرایی نظام سلطه است. اگه این بازو رو قطع بکنی، نظام سلطه دچار فروپاشی شده. لذا شما میبینید که این چنین پشتش با چنگ و دندان وایسادن. این که امام راحلمون از اول انقلاب به عنوان یک ایده دینی، نه به عنوان یک فکر سیاسی، به عنوان یک استراتژی دینی محو اسرائیل رو ایشون مطرح میکردن، اون میدونه اسرائیل باید بره تا ظهور اتفاق بیفته. اون میدونه نظام سلطه باید دچار فروپاشی بشه. اون میدونه عقبه اسرائیل غربه که اگر این بازو قطع بشه، غرب تزلزل پیدا میکنه.
Okay, I really didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this. Guys, I'm afraid I'm going to have to become IDF again. So, the issue with this is, actually to be fair, I can do a combination of IDF and MAGA, right? Because we're all allies. All nationalists and patriots around the world must support it. Why is this? By the way, for the record, this is officially from the Trump Tower. And the interesting thing about this hat is one of the originals from the Trump Tower. And I'm going to show you something interesting. You're going to love this. Hang on. Made in China. China. It's made in China. Now, while we wait for our Islamist friends to come and collect their new pagers and walkie-talkies, I think it's important to talk about the reality of the situation. Now, let's take off our clothes and get ready. This is a serious business. No, that's it. Yeah. The Iranian regime have always had one mission: to bring back the global Islamic State, one world government under the flag of Islam. The problem for the Islamic occupiers of Iran, and this is where they've done a bit of a whoopsie, they are Shia. They're in the minority of the Islamic world. They're not the Sunnis. Sunnis would not like a one world government, Islamic world government, under the leadership of the Shia. That's one problem. Two, they can't even handle their own country or the Middle East, let alone the whole world. The reality is, the Iranian regime don't actually want to take over because that's just, they're grifters. That's just their rhetoric. Their actual objective is survival and greed, taking power, taking money, and they've been digging too deep. Since 1979, they realized, well, we can't really be normal. We can't really be friends with anybody in the world because we just told everybody that we want death for everybody. So they create the narrative of, we're going to take over, but simply they are taking Iran's resources, natural resources, the wealth and everything else, and they have already made their backup plans in Venezuela, in Cuba, parts of Russia. Apparently that's changed now. The number of countries that the Iranian regime mullahs are already ready to basically flee to. And this has been going on for about 10, 15, 20 years. They've already have their bases. They are ready to transfer all the wealth and everywhere else. And Canada was actually on the list as well until last year when Justin Trudeau realized, people have realized that my government has actually told the Iranian Islamists that they can move to Canada in case the Islamic Republic of Iran falls. Why is it that the Western globalists continue to help the Islamic occupiers? Because they would rather have a weak enemy in Iran than a strong, independent, equal partner. They do not want Iran to be free, to be independent, to be strong. Because the Western globalists must always control the region, the Middle East. And they don't trust Israel to be completely going with self-determination because it goes against the narrative of the Western liberal globalists. This is why every single time there's been an uprising in Iran, and it always happened to be when a US president is a Democrat, there's always a betrayal. Firstly, the whole paramilitary coup in 1979 happened under Jimmy Carter, one of the worst presidents of the United States, Democrat. The next uprising, when it happened there was a smaller one under Bill Clinton. Clinton betrayed the Iranians. In 2009, when the rigged presidential election in Iran caused a massive uprising, Barack Hussein Obama betrayed the Iranian people. Over the last couple of years, Sleepy Joe had betrayed the Iranian people by making deals with the Islamic occupiers. We're giving them billions of dollars by making sure that they can continue with their nuclear program. The only person that managed to stop and weaken the Iranian regime without any war is Donald J. Trump. Bring back Trump. All right, let's get some reaction from the live chat. My hair is completely messed up. Jasmine in the live chat says, Carter was hopeless. Absolutely. It was a waste of energy. He's still alive. God knows how. Super chat time from Pilgrim Media saying, I can appreciate your sense of humor. Thank you very much. I'm going to get cancelled for this live stream, for the record, in case you don't know. This is hilarious for us Iranian Brits. Yes. And Hamsley says, Krusty Mohammed can't do nothing. Imagine Iran trying to invade America. That would fail straight away. They can't even take over Israel. Their drones ran out of battery. It's so embarrassing. RCW says, are you a British first or Israel first? Obviously, the kingdom comes first. Britannia first. But we support any other country that puts their country first. America first. Japan first. South Africa first. Israel first and Iran first. That is the whole point. Nationalists and patriots must now support each other because we've been too isolated for a very long time and we're allowing the globalists to control their narrative. Don't these guys get bored just spending their lives trying to exterminate everyone like Islamic Daleks? Maybe they should get a hobby or fall in love. You joke, but they are literally like the Daleks. They have no other objectives. They don't know what else to do with their lives. They wake up, they start chanting, exterminate. And they keep doing it. That's all they know. That was a good dialogue, actually. Iran and Arab countries have the best weapon, i.e. the people. Determined, violent people. UK already have Islamists in your parliament. Well, the Arab world do. Iran doesn't, because the Iranian people, they can't do violence. They're not even good at revolution. They're not revolutionary. So that's one of the reasons they've been struggling to kick out the Islamic occupiers who took control of Iran. The Arab world, yes. Again, depending on the class and the tribe that you're talking about. Obviously, the middle class educated Arabs from Saudi or UAE, they're not revolutionary either. But there are obviously a lot of other tribes from the Arab world who just violence comes hand in hand because of centuries and centuries of backwards ideology. And it says, what's this? Dr. Taj Imam at Oxford, I see, get him on 2CTV. I love the way people spell 2CTV, 2CTV. That's actually quite good. I should have just changed the branding to that. That would have made more sense, I guess. Yes, I'll check it out. Hansley says, Iran needs a Jerusalem for those for drones. The problem is Jerusalem is Western. They would boycott Jerusalem. Michael says, US reaction. Can we go back to arguing about whether the Republicans or Democrats are the least bad party? We have this thing called a Navy, and we're trying to revitalize it. Well, I think the American political matrix has changed over the last 10 years, and it's not. I don't think it's going to go back to normal in that sense. There has to be a new phase now. Thank you very much, Joseph Voltaire. But we got obviously all the Team Jesus people also in the fellow Team Jesus people in the live chat. Good to see the Christians. Terry says I missed the start. Yeah, I think you missed a good bit. You might be able to rewind it to the beginning. Sometimes you can. If you're watching this live, you can rewind it to the beginning. Or sometimes you might not be able to. I don't know how it works. Sometimes it does. Someone said something interesting. Where it was... Yeah. Christ first. Always. Anyway, let's see what else we have as a super chat. If Iran invaded America, it would be a great late afternoon, not a red dawn. Firstly, it's not. They can't even get to Tel Aviv, let alone Vatican or London. They don't have the capability. But the Iranian regime have one thing, which would be a little bit terrifying short term. They've already made their plans. They have planted sleeper cells in the UK, in Germany, in Canada, everywhere in the US. And the moment that is needed, when the Islamic Republic is falling, and it's mostly about if the perception is Britain, America, or the West are actually intervening to bring down the Islamic Republic, when there's enough evidence, then they will activate the sleeper cells. And obviously on 2CTV we have exposed them, and many others as well. And in the past, the sleeper cells are problematic because you're going to essentially have war on the streets of the Western countries all at the same time. Things will happen, and it's not really a good situation. Obviously, our Western governments are trying to basically downplay it, saying everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. You got tens of thousands of extremists on a watch list, and they're still walking around. There are at least 3,000 to 4,000 imminent threats in the UK alone. Now imagine how many of them could be activated, and the others who are not even on the list. There will be absolute chaos left, right and center. This is why the Western side should not get involved with any sort of intervention in Iran, for example. Now, there's one thing to support the Iranian movement against Islamic occupiers, and that also includes the likes of the BBC and CNN actually reporting what's going on in Iran instead of doing a media blackout. But if you get the Americans and the Brits and all the others to put their boots on the ground, it will be chaotic. Also, you can't trust the Western globalists to go and liberate people, because that never works. Not in the Middle East. It always backfires. All right, let's see what else we have. Next, super chat. Pilgrim Media again saying, did the Ottomans have a peace in Levant? There was one way to negotiate with the Ottomans, and one way alone. And it wasn't by negotiations. PC says, Trump will win. I hope... else Iran will not stop. Exactly. The only way you could actually have some sort of level of world peace, even temporarily, is with Trump in power, even if you don't agree with every single policy he has. Tommy needs protection inside. We are the media. Absolutely. So his legal team are now on top of it. We're gonna give you an update on Tommy Robinson, obviously in prison in the UK in Milton Keynes, which has been quite worrying. Obviously over the last few days, he's been transferred to a new prison, which is not safe for him because it's the same prison that he was attacked in last time. Got another comment about the Daleks, I think. Yep. I can imagine a Dalek shouting Allahu Akbar. Well, the Daleks were essentially Islamists in Doctor Who. Basically, yep. And I think the Cybermen were, I don't know, North Korean? I don't know. No, they were the CCP, I guess. Anyway, so that's the latest on this. So what we need to do now, because I think it's important to continue the fight. Never give up, never surrender, which means we're going back to the battlefield. Got my pager, which we're going to give out to everybody. We are going to get ready. Oh, where's the rest? There we go. Now, this is not going well. Imagine from an actual soldier, the enemy is coming, and I'm taking time to get ready. Guys, let me do my hair first. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'll join you. I'll join you at the battlefront. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and joining another live stream. What we're going to do, we're going to do a special live stream in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes from now. We're going to be doing a Halloween special because we are here with a group of people who've dressed up as Just Stop Oil, eco-militant activists. We got Trump, we got everybody gathered here. We're going to do a special live stream in the next few minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.